Yeah, just a heads up, there's going to be spoilers in this video, just totally spoilers. I liked it, but, here's your warning. Well, I just got out of seeing The Flash in movie theaters, and it was pretty good. Despite all those rumors and such that were going around, like about Ezra Miller and all the nonsense that Ezra Miller gets up to. Remind me again, what were your pronouns that you wanted to use? Anyway, yeah, Ezra Miller as the Flash. And, it was a pretty good movie. The CGI and special effects did look a little bit corny at times, but otherwise it was pretty cool. Very bright and colorful, not dark and gloomy like the previous films have been in the DC universe. And I really liked it. And also, yeah, some of the rumors, well, needless to say that we're already in spoiler territory right here, so it's too late. But yeah, needless to say, some of the rumors were true. There's all kinds of cameos from all kinds of characters in the DC universe. Classic 80s Batman. Even Supergirl makes an appearance, although her hair color is different from how it usually is. And yes, even the most infamous one of them all, although it is a brief cameo, it's that unproduced version of Superman. It's Nicolas Cage as Superman in Superman Lives, and he is fighting a giant alien spider, just as the rumors predicted. But the tricky part is that movie was never made. The movie Superman Lives, that was never made. It only exists hypothetically, so makes sense that it's only a brief cameo in a scene of multiple timelines and such. Like, even one of them is a hypothetically existing timeline, because and it's all about time travel. There's definitely references to the past, the old black and white Superman show, and even what's his name, Jay Garrick, the original Flash, who was also back in the golden ages. Yeah, he makes an appearance, a brief cameo. And there's also Adam West's Batman. And there's also Christopher Reeve. And, the 80s version of Supergirl. From that timeline continuity. I thought they were already canon in that series, but whatever. So yeah, it's all about alternate timelines. It's all about alternate timelines and time travel and all the shenanigans that causes. And needless to say, this particular movie is just an adaptation of the Flashpoint paradox. That one where Flash tries to prevent his mother's death by traveling back in time. But this causes all sorts of paradoxes and such, and timeline edits itself both forward and backwards through time, a sort of time ripple effect or something. Yeah, it's a whole lot of made-up sci-fi nonsense, but it's comic books. It's par for the course. Yeah, and all that nonsense. It was fun nonsense, but it was pretty cool. And there's all the usual stuff about super speed, where everything appears to be moving super slow when you're moving at super speed. You got superpowers, and you overheat, and you move with too much friction, and you're building up energy, and it burns off your clothing, and all that other stuff. And it was pretty cool. Plenty of references to the past, but yeah, it was neat. As much as it is kind of infamous, the so-called leaked script for Superman Lives, that movie that was never made, but did have, some content produced for it. Like, supposedly there's photos of Nicolas Cage in costume as Superman, a version with long hair or something. I'd be curious enough to see it. I mean, it sort of would have adapted the timeline, this whole multiverse trend. It would have gotten started sooner, because that would mean that Batman and Superman would already have a cinematic universe up and running. The 80s version of Batman and the 80s version of Superman already there. But that's not quite what happened. Ironically, of course, this movie tells me you can't change the past. Sometimes you just got to deal with reality. And that's life. I shouldn't dwell on the past, and you got to live for the future and the present and such. Fair enough. I liked it as a movie. It was pretty good.